From Angela telling Fatima to keep her options open to Bryce getting mad, Zach is on edge. Guys, if you have not started to watch Zatima is yet, you guys definitely need to go ahead and watch Zatima on BT Plus. It's starting off real hot. Hey my lovies, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing amazing, and I'm here with another review. Now, Talabari Zatima is out on BT Plus. We have 4 episodes out so far. This one is episode 3. Episode 3 titled Close Quarters, and we're gonna go ahead and dive right into the review. You guys know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, turn on that post notification bell so that you can be notified each time I drop a video. Definitely like and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about Zatima and what you're expecting in the season so far. So the episode starts off with Zach and Fatima at home. We know that if you've watched episode 2, Zach visited his mother and his mother left him. So he was quite emotional in the last episode, in episode 2. So they walk out and here we have Deja. Deja is on 10 all the time. I don't care what you guys have to say about Deja. Deja is funny as hell. Deja is always bringing comedy. It's one thing about her scenes, she's going to make you laugh. Unless you really don't like her, you're like, psh. But otherwise from that, Deja is going to make you laugh. So Deja has on a whole neck brace, claiming that she had a slip disc, and because Fatima pulled her out the hot tub, everything is difficult for her. But she needs help to bring in the groceries. So Fatima's like, I'll help you. Fatima threw those groceries so far. Fatima, you're really wrong for that. And then when Zach tried to give her back the lettuce, did you see Deja try to kick the lettuce? Deja, how are you wearing a neck brace saying that you can barely walk, but you were able to do that big fly kick? Make it make sense, Deja. So Deja, it's really just another tactic to go after Zach, because she knows that Zach is going to be understanding, because at the end of the day, it's his tenant, right? So she knows that Zach is going to try to comfort her in some way. He's still going to put the boundaries up, but he is going to try to help her out, because at the end of the day, she's her tenant. She's his tenant. Ooh, what am I talking about? She's his tenant. So he's going to, he's going to try his best to not make the situation uncomfortable. But Deja wearing a whole neck brace and is doing a big kick like that. Deja, you gotta come with something stronger. You really gotta come with something stronger. And at this point, I thought you said because Madam showed up, you were going to leave them alone. So why is it that you're still going after Zach? I thought you were really scared of Madam. Seems not. So tell me why Angela is out here telling Fatima to keep her options open. This woman sees that Fatima is completely engaged. And not saying that things can't go wrong when you're engaged, but she is trying to work on her relationship with Zach, and Angela is out here telling her to keep her options open. I didn't like that part, because with Bryce, Fatima was supportive. If that's what you want to do, then go ahead. She said it. If you love it, then I like it, and she's going to support it. So I wish she would do the same. I understand that Zach has a past and she knows about it, but give her girl a break, right? Just let her go along with her relationship until she says she doesn't want to do it anymore. So the next scene is when Zach pulls up to the garage and we see Paul. So Paul is without the shirt, and Zach, so he don't have any shirt, because Paul is helping Fatima out to change the tire. If you didn't watch the episode, Fatima had a flat tire and she tried to change it herself. Paul offered to help to get her a new tire. So when they pull up there, Zach is asking, like, how much does she owe you for the tire? He's like, no, it's my pleasure. Zach said, you're not going to be pleasuring anybody. Zach took out $7 from his wallet and threw it at that man. Really, Zach? No. I get where the hostility is coming from towards Paul, because it's the same way when Fatima sees Deja. So I get where the hostility is coming from. He thinks that Paul has another agenda. No, I'm not gonna lie. Paul does love Fatima, But I think he's trying to respect their relationship to say, okay, he's not gonna push it. But at the end of the day, they're men, and once they see the crack, they're gonna try to fit within that crack. So the fact that Zach is there acting crazy, or the fact that he's mad about the whole situation and he's not happy that Fatima didn't call him, instead she got help from one of the construction workers, he is going to be mad, he's going to be defensive, because that's his woman, that's his fiance. Listen, trauma will mess your mind up, and it will ruin your entire week, your entire month, your entire year. And that's the case with Zach right here. No, a lot of persons might say he's hostile, he's jealous, but listen, no, I get where he's coming from when he cheated on Karen so many times when it comes to them arguing. Imagine having all that trauma from your mother, and then you find a girl who's exactly like her, and then you guys have an argument, and it takes you back to that place where you're imagining yourself with your mother, or when your mother left you, or the argument brings you back to that trauma. So it's like a trigger, and it takes him back to that place. And he's this upset, as he's upset now in Zatima, he's going to do something to take his mind off it. He's going to do something to give his mind at ease. And that's where he finds comfort in another woman. But if you guys watch the episode, the first thing where the episode starts off was Fatima reassuring Zach of how much she loves him. She reassured him that, listen, I love you, I got you, we're in this together, through hell or high waters, it's gonna be me and you. And that's the difference between Karen and Fatima. She knows, or maybe she has experience with this trauma thing. So the first thing she did in the morning before he even left out was to let him know that, listen, I love you, and I'm here, I'm gonna be here, and I just want you to know that I love you. The fact that she did that, he was able to have that reassurance. I'm sorry, guys, that's my baby. He was able to have that reassurance with him all day. And that kind of kept him level-headed to a sense. You'll see in episode 4. That helped him out a lot throughout the day. So, Angela, why are you avoiding Bryce, huh? So Angela is out here avoiding Bryce because of the whole situation that Fatima told her about. So she is avoiding Bryce. You see how Angela acting scared that Bryce is gonna do something? I didn't like that though. I thought she should have, taken the time to sit down and have a conversation with him to let him know that, listen, this is not working. But I saw something where I saw in one of the synopses where it's saying that Bryce has a big girl fetish. Like, I'm gonna have to check it out and come back and tell you guys about that. But we see Nathan and Tony, they're checking on Zach because they know that he went and saw his mother, so they're checking on him. And that's to show you the extent of everything that happened with his mother. His boys knows about it. And his boys know that once he goes to see his mother and some shit goes down, he's going to be in a foul mood, so they're checking on him. Now, Bryce came and tried to talk to the guys, and Zach was like, we're not doing that. He tried to shut the entire thing down, and he didn't tell them exactly what happened because they're going to clone him, but he did say that I'm just saving you guys from whatever situation it is. So we see that Tony is actually a compassionate friend. Tony is the friend that will sit and talk to you. He still clowns around, but he's the friend that will definitely check on you to make sure everything is good. And that's exactly what he's doing with Zach. He's reassuring him again that I understand that when you go to see your mom, everything can go real left, but he's reminding him that, listen, you don't owe them anything. Because it keeps coming up, Zach's saying that they keep bringing up the jail thing. So if you guys have watched the previous episode, both Zach and Jeremiah did some time in jail. Jeremiah did 10 years, Zach only did 3. We're not sure of the situation. We haven't gotten much background on it as yet. But he's saying that they keep bringing it up. So maybe Jeremiah ended up taking some other charges for Zach. But apparently they were both doing the same thing. They were slanging. So they were both doing the same thing. However, Jeremiah got more time. So it's a burden on Zach because he feels now that he has made it, that he owes them some sort of loyalty, because if it wasn't for Jeremiah, he would be the one that had done probably more than the 10 years, probably the entire 13 years. So it's like something tugging on him to say that, listen, I owe them, I need to repay them, or I need to be loyal to them. And I think that's what's messing with him, and that's bringing him back. If you guys watch, every time Jeremiah comes around, Zach, he goes into this shell like he's a little boy and Jeremiah is his big brother again. I know Jeremiah is his big brother, but it's the way he behaves, like the way he acts. Once Jeremiah is around, he's like in this shell. He doesn't talk loud. He doesn't seem to get angry. Like, he's just there. In his shadows, he's just there. I'm actually going to do an entire video about that, just to explain where I'm coming from in that situation with the whole Jeremiah thing. So Fatima had to go up to the construction site to tell Paul, like, listen, can you guys keep it down, because my boss is on a conference call and she's not able to hear. So they both come down because Paul is coming down to talk to the boss and Fatima is going back to work, and they get stuck in the elevator for over an hour. So they're talking. Paul is expressing to her that, listen, I like you, because Fatima was like, do you like my girl, Angela? He was like, no, I like you. And Paul wants to be her friend. They were talking about Zach, saying, Paul was saying that Zach was disrespectful because of what happened in the morning, and she was defending him like she always does. There was a part where he asked how long they were together, and she said a year. I'm sure she said a year just to throw Paul off, because they're engaged. Imagine you telling somebody that, listen, we've been together for 3 months and then this is his behavior and we're engaged. It's like, oh, that's a lot. You're moving too fast. So he's going to take that crack and he's going to try to wiggle his way in with Fatima. So I'm guessing that's the reason why she said over a year, just to throw him off a little bit. But he was telling her that he was in the army and stuff like that, and Fatima was saying that her father was too. And that's the point that he was coming up, like, how do you have a whole father that was in the army and not know when somebody is being disrespectful? I mean, Zach was being disrespectful, but I get where he's coming from. Not excusing his disrespect, but I get where he's coming from. I think Fatima is a little too friendly with Paul. That's my point of view. And listen where I'm coming from before you guys get mad. I think she's a little bit too friendly. Can you imagine the whole situation if it was reversed? If it was Zach and a girl? Or say if it was Zach and Deja? She would get mad. She would say that he's being too friendly. And she is being too friendly. They're having a whole conversation. I understand that she's shutting down his advances. But at the end of the day, the fact that he's there talking and he feels comfortable enough to tell you certain things, it means that you're being too friendly. I'm not saying that anything is wrong with being friendly with somebody when you're in a relationship, but it's how she wants her relationship. The fact that you expect that from Zach, then you're supposed to do the same thing. That's just my point of view. So we've always seen Bryce as a calm, cool, collective friend who has his head on, right? Now, Bryce gets completely upset because Zach told Fatima and then Fatima told Angela. So he's real mad because he's saying that Zach is blowing it out of proportion. It was just a kiss. But he's not getting where Zach is coming from. Like, I understand it's more to your story, but to Zach's story, you trying to kiss me and I'm straight. We're not at that level. So he gets completely mad and he said, you're acting like I murdered your mother or something. And that completely drove Zach over the edge. Like, why are you talking about my mother? Don't say anything about my mother. He's sensitive right now about his mother because of the whole situation that happened in the previous episode. The fact that she left him again. The fact that he even went to see her. And they had a whole conversation. And he's just on edge right now. So he leaves. He goes to see Fatima, I'm sure, because he's upset. So he probably wants to talk to her or whatever the case may be. When he shows up, elevator opens. The elevator just got unstuck. Fatima stumbles, fell on Paul, and then Paul is helping her up. As the elevator door opened, that's Zach. Lo and behold, Zach is there seeing what happened. I mean, leave it to Tyler Perry for the cliffhanger, right? So Zach is there and he sees everything, and he's like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? Can you imagine if the situation was reversed and it was Fatima, when, like, if Deja fell on him? You remember in the time in the gym when Deja fell on Zach and she pushed him off? Alright guys, that was the end of another review for Tyler Perry's Zatima. This episode 3, Close Quarters. I mean, season 2 is really given. We're only 4 episodes in and it's really given a lot already. We can see a lot of drama is coming this way. You guys need to check it out on BT Plus or on your Apple TV. You guys need to watch it. Tell me in the comments what you think. If there's anything you want to add to what I say, definitely leave it in the comments. Subscribe and share the video. Tell a friend to come ahead and watch my videos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you guys next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching that video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like, share, leave a comment, and check out all the other videos on our channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.